Hey gents, today we're going to talk about Beckett Simonon, but I've already covered my 5-year history with them and their footwear. What I haven't really talked about is the bag that I purchased from them almost literally exactly 5 years ago. This is the Potenza bag that I ordered in order to take on my honeymoon. So I placed the order in July, as Beckett Simonon does. They make these things to order. It's shipped at the end of August, and I got it right in time for my honeymoon in December. And what I wanted to talk a little bit about was their evolution as a brand, because they have evolved in their processes, and they have raised their prices, but they've also raised their leather. So here's the bag that I've had for 5+ years, the Potenza bag. And this has served me extremely well over 5 years. Not only did I take it on my honeymoon, but countless weekend trips beyond that. And what I have here is the new Domingo Duffel, which is listed on their site right now for $359. So an extra $110 from what I paid for this 5 years ago, which I have no problem with, because what they've done is essentially taken the same excellent construction and design language. It's a refined, when they say like carry a legit bag, this is a legit bag. It's a refined looking bag, but they've also upgraded the leather and definitely some of the finer details, which weren't really it's not lacking on a $250 bag, but if you're looking at their weekenders, their briefcases, their backpacks, that's what I want to kind of set the context for. So Beckett Simonon stuff is all handmade, made to order, ethically sourced materials and construction, but you cannot order, if you want this for a weekend trip in a couple weeks, you can't order one and get one now. You have to kind of think ahead, and what you get from that pre-planning is a discounted price. So this bag, and I know because I have some of those bags, whether it's Carl Friedrich or Ykk Albert or XYZ other brand, if you want this much nice leather in a bag like this or in some of their briefcases, which are slightly lower, not as high as the weekender bags, you're not going to get as nice of a leather because they have all these other things built into it, whether it's the returns process or the wholesale middleman, that sort of thing. You're looking at a higher price for these sort of things, but the way that Beckett Simonon gets around that is that they only make these to order in small batches. And so if you want one of these Domingo bags now, today it is the middle of June, they're shipping their bags in September. So it's gonna take a few months. So you have to kind of take that trade-off. What I do find is if you can plan ahead and you can make that work, you get an incredible bag for a great price. And so the Domingo Duffel, I've now had this for 3 or 4 months, used this around Christmas and nice travels. They've upgraded the inner lining. They have just a little bit of organization in here. They have like one zipper pocket in the weekender, but it's, it's perfect for like airline carrying on, if you throw it in the back of a car for a weekend trip, and it's just a very nice sturdy bag. And I wanted to have this in addition because I can only speak so much to a bag that I purchased and used 5 years ago, but it's great to see that they've essentially upgraded all these little things, like the handles is one, where the handles on these, they kind of wilted over time, but they never felt great out of the box. But these ones, much sturdier inner lining on here and the nicer leather compared to the two. And so, and another subtle but noticeable difference between these two is the way that the leather pad is put onto the full shoulder strap. Nicer on the new Davis bag. And then same thing, the Ykk Zippers have definitely been upgraded from the original ones, were plastic. And then the way that the leather tag was attached on this bag, it actually popped off a while ago, so you can only zip one way on my old bag, but these newer ones have much nicer Ykk zippers. And so that's where you're seeing a little bit of the improvements between the leather, the hardware, but it's the same great construction in the model that Beckett Simonon has always followed. For Beckett Simonon, if you're looking for a full leather briefcase that just looks really good and you're not willing to go into the higher price category of some of the nicer brands or established brands, if you want to get something that's not like a genuine lower end leather, you want something that's much nicer, that's where Beckett Simonon really comes in. So there's the Beckett Simonon bag offerings. If you want to check them out, I'll put links below. I think there's some sort of discount code, especially for first customers. And if you have any questions, I'll be down in the comments. You can also reach out at _Kavalier on Twitter and Instagram. Love to hear from you guys over there. Until next time, gents, this is the Kavalier.